David said, I waited and waited and waited some more, patiently knowing God would come through for me. Then at last he bent down and listened to my cry. I waited and waited and waited some more. I think some of us can truly relate to David. We are sensing that at present many of us are in limbo, in a waiting season. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the word wait? Standing in a queue somewhere? When we think of waiting, we often think of passivity. But when we look at the Bible, waiting is an entirely different thing. Biblical waiting is not passive, but it is demonstrated by active dependency and obedience to God. While David was waiting, he wrote the Psalms. While Paul waited in prison, he wrote the epistles. While Moses waited at the Red Sea, he saw one of the greatest ever recorded miracles. While Noah was waiting, he sent out a dove. After Christ's resurrection, while the disciples waited, they prayed, and the biggest ever outpouring of the Spirit took place. Nothing is lost in the waiting process because all waiting should produce growth. A pregnant mother, while waiting, prepares for the coming of her baby, and further, she is physically enlarged by the wait. The same with a bride. While waiting to be married, she gets herself ready. Most of us get impatient during waiting seasons and end up getting busy with the wrong things. Be proactive in your waiting time by practicing some of the following suggestions. Acknowledge that God is sovereign and in control. He holds the times and the seasons in His hands. Choose to stay dependent upon God. Exercise yourself in Him, in prayer, in the Word, and become tough and unshakable. Be patient and be still. Try to hear His voice. Entwine yourself with Him. Become one with Him, interwoven, encircled, wrapped in Him. Always be expectant. This is why I wait upon you, expecting your breakthrough, for your word brings me hope. Whatever you do, don't sit and worry, missing the opportunity for God to do something beautiful in your life, or sit and mope and grumble like the Israelites in the desert. Don't give up. Don't be impatient. Be entwined as one with the Lord. Be brave and courageous and never lose hope. Yes, keep on waiting, for He will never disappoint.